Welcome back to the 2021 Mini Elemental Forecast. I am Jacqueline Maloney and this is Leonidas. And today we're talking about the very middle of the cycle. We are 5 years in and this is like a centering and recalibration point. And the people who are entering into the middle of the cycle are Yang Metal. So Yang Metal is the emperor. We talked about Yin Earth being mom energy and Yang Metal is the ultimate male energy. They are perfectionists, they're authority figures. They tend to think of things very black and white, right and wrong, kind of Spock-like in nature sometimes. And they have like a commanding presence. You can tell a metal person just because of the way they stand. They tend to stand up really, really straight. Posture is really important for them. Doing things right is really important for a metal person. And they're all about truth and integrity and image and reputation. So these are the people you really want them around in an emergency. They make excellent EMTs or first responders. They're like ultimate calm, cool, collected, can get through anything without even kind of batting an eye. You also find them in politics or in business, any type of communications. They're fabulous with communication, speakers even. And this is, like I said, the past 2 videos, this is the 3rd year of 3 very busy years. So this is the last year, it's almost over, and now it's just a matter of kind of coming back into yourself. Last year was a year of wild growth internally, and this year it's about really bringing your power back to you, being selfish. What do you need? What do you want? How can you dial up your self-care and really put good boundaries in place? Because you've been super busy the past couple of years. And this year, because you're in an earth year, everybody goes to earth when there's like a problem or some, people that are not, they're either second guessing themselves, or if they need to talk something out, they always want an earth person's perspective. And because you're in an earth year, you're carrying that energy throughout the year. So everybody's gonna want your attention. And you've been busy as heck the past 2 years. So make them come to you this year and really decide like where have you given your power away? This isn't usually a metal issue. Someone is very vocal tonight. I apologize. Hopefully you can hear me. But metal people, they're usually either really good with boundaries or not so good. That's one of their things. So taking all your power back, making sure that you're taking care of you first and foremost, more than anything else. And also Earth always has to do with home and always has to do with food and always has to do with people. Those are the themes when it comes to Earth. And you're going to want to stay home this year more than ever. So thankfully with the pandemic, that is probably not going to be super hard to do. You'll want to stay home and like tend to things around the house a little bit more than being an outward social butterfly. So since it is still that 3rd busy year, it's still a great energy for pushing and getting things out into the world. Yeah, it's very exciting. So it's awesome if you're launching anything, any type of community programs or business ideas that are in alignment with everything that you've been working towards this year. Things that you put into place in an earth year tend to have really deep roots. So whatever you're working on this year, know that it's going to stick around for a while. So make sure it's something that you're aligned with and that you love, because it's just the nature of the energy. It will stick around for a while. And I know I mentioned it again, but group stuff and community stuff is always fantastic in an earth year. So the things that you want to worry about, or not even worry about, but just be aware of, if you were planning on moving this year, it's really not a good year for that. If you can't avoid it, hire professionals. Earth doesn't like to move. Earth is all about the home, and the less involved you can be in that process, the better off it will be. So there's just a little tip about moving house. And still, this isn't the time to make any major decisions. So we're still working through the cycle here. Refinement's going to happen over the next couple of years. But this one, no major decisions, just kind of stick with it. If you feel like there's kind of ups and downs and things happening, that is okay. That is the energy of Earth. And your job is to not get caught up in those and to not go to any extremes. So one of the themes that comes up over and over again with Earth is balance. And Earth people tend to, they're all the way in or not in at all. So just looking for that tendency to be on an extreme side of the fence somewhere, when you should really just try to be right in the middle as much as possible. And so because it's Earth and because it has a lot to do with food, I really would suggest trying to restrict your diet again this year. Earth needs comfort food to feel really good. And as a metal person, you usually have a kind of clean diet anyways. There's not as much comfort food stuff going on. But in this particular year, just really increase your whole foods. Like if you want mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes, anything that grows from the earth is going to be really, really helpful for you. And you can eat a ton of, steamed potatoes and sweet potatoes, and they're not bad for you if you don't put all the junk on them. So, feel free to eat as much of that stuff as you'd like. And give yourself a free pass on comfort food and don't worry about dieting. It's really not going to help you out all that much this year. If anything, you'll just be like deprived and sad about it. So don't do that to yourself. And then again, don't give your energy or your power away. Earth, because everybody's always coming to them, and there's this feeling of wanting to help. Sometimes Earth doesn't have the best boundaries because they want to help everybody else before they help themselves. So that is your job, is to really, stay true to yourself. No is a complete sentence. And, help people as much as you can that feels good to you, and not where you're starting to feel any resentment or giving your power away to others. And that, my friends, is Yang Metal in an Earth year. Tomorrow we will dive into we'll dive into two back-to-back metal years in the next couple videos. And that will be able to show you how we're finally starting to get out of the busy season. So it's not going to be busy forever. Just hang in there. One more year. And if you have any questions, or if you'd like to weigh in on how this energy is feeling to you, feel free to leave a comment anywhere you find this video: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or I think that's it. Maybe that's all of them. But yeah, have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for tuning into us, and we will see you next time.